So I think a lot of people probably got Cricuts for Christmas and also a bunch of cups. So why not use this time to go through like a beginner project and also personalize some Christmas presents that we got. So I have two sons. They both got this cup, which is so cute, but I only opened one and they were fighting over it. So I knew I had to like label it. But this is the Corkcicle Grogu cup, and it has like a nice soft, I guess, silicone coat or powder coat. Super cute. It just has the cover and I guess the ears for decoration. But yeah, super cute. But anyway, so I thought, well, I would have to label them so they don't fight over it. So I have these two cups. I'm gonna focus the design right here. So this is, so number one, especially if you're a beginner, is always measure, no matter what, even though you think you know. So it's 4 inches high, and I don't want the label to go too far. So I think 3 inches would be ideal. So maybe something 3 by 3. It also has a little dip right here, so I don't want to go over. So 3 by 3 would be perfect. And when I'm gonna go take you guys to Cricut Design Space. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna make the vinyl label. And I also try out this. I just opened it. I just figured out how to work this, but I'm kind of excited to try this weeding kit that came with the Sparkle and Shine mystery box. So yeah, let's go to Cricut Design Space. So the font that I'm thinking of for the cups is a Baby Yoda silhouette with "May the Force be with you," kind of like in a curve around, and their names at the bottom. So I did look in Cricut Design Space images for Baby Yoda images, and there were some, but then I had to buy them even with access. So I decided to try searching Google for something I can use, and I did a search for Baby Yoda outline, and I found this one that I liked, where he's just standing up straight. A very just simple image. So I saved it to my desktop, and I'm gonna upload it. So drag it in. I always hit complex. And the one that I want is just the bottom left. So I'm gonna crop it out and remove the background. But there's that little piece of ear, so I'm gonna remove that by erasing it. And I always preview the image just to make sure there's no little weird cuts or areas we need to fix. So I'm gonna bring it to my canvas and resize it down. And now for the text, I'm gonna write, "May the Force be with you." And I downloaded this, just typical Star Wars font on dafont.com. So it's called Star Jedi. And make it way smaller. And I want this to curve around like a dome. So I'm going to use the curve feature. And just a note about the curve feature, it works really well if you have just one single line of text, but if you put more than one, it won't work. Like, it won't even be highlighted as an option. And then I want the whole image just to be at the most 3 inches wide. So I'm resizing everything down and making it black so they all cut like on the same sheet and duplicating it. Then I'm gonna write his name. And I don't want it curved, so I'm gonna put 0 curve. It's a little small, so make it a little bit bigger. And the NIE part needs to be spaced out a little bit more, I think. Like it looks like it's touching. Okay. So that looks good. Just making some small adjustments. So once you're happy with the image, we're going to select all and attach it. That way it prints out and cuts out exactly like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this out and meet you back with the cup. Okay, so we're back, and sorry about the lighting and the shadows. I'm filming at night, so it's, I don't know, a little bit harder. But so I cut out the design. I had to do it twice. Like, even when you think you know what you're doing, you don't. There's always mistakes, and you just learn from it. But yeah, I guess I put the mat in too soon when after starting up the Cricut, it didn't have time to like turn and stop, and yeah, so it cut off the top. So just like to show you my mistakes, so maybe you don't have to go through it. But this is the second one I did, and this one's perfect. I am going to cut it in half because when I weed, I don't like to do big like designs all at once if I can help it. Just because sometimes the vinyl gets stuck on itself and it pulls letters off the design and whatever. But so this will be the first time I'm using this True Control weeding kit. So it's kind of interesting. It comes with this, and if you notice up here, there's an unlock and a lock. And I guess it's supposed to be a touchless changing system, and I really want to try this hook one, so I'm just going to put it on top, push down so it snaps, then lock it and pull up. That was pretty easy. Yeah. Okay, so let's see how it works. Make sure I'm in camera. I usually like to weed on the Cricut mat if I can. And it holds down the backing while you're pulling up the top layer, especially when you're trying to start the corner. There we go. I think this one, it's better to just kind of hook it, pull it up. And I usually have like my lint roller on the side. Since I don't have that downstairs, I'll just do that. Actually, while I'm doing that, I should alcohol wipe the cup. It's always good to do this when you're sticking vinyl on something, but you have to let it dry. So while I'm waiting, you'll have time to dry. So to put this back, you keep this little plastic thing, you put it in, I guess you unlock, and you squeeze it a little bit, and pull it up. It did last time. There you go. Pretty safe, you know, all the sharp points are inside. So that's cool. Glad I got to try it. Okay. Let's see. So I have my transfer tape. I don't have my usual scraper tools. Okay. So let's just work with it. I usually have it. Okay, let's try this. I'm peeling this off. I always like to go at a diagonal against the letter, if that makes sense. So I have my first one ready to be put on. I think I'm going to use this box just to hold on and eyeball it. Down the middle, and then I smooth out towards the edge. I really wish I had my scraper or my squeegee tool down here, but it'll be fine. Yeah, that's so cute. One, get that ready, and then I'm sure you've heard of tacoing it, but when people say tacoing, it's just you make like a taco, you go down to the center and then go out to the sides. And I think the most important thing when you're doing transfer tape is to use the scraper tool or the squeegee on the back side onto the transfer tape. It really helps, you know, release this onto the transfer tape. So cute, right? And I like to reuse my transfer tape, so I put it back on the paper. Yeah, I think this will be so cute. And just a note, if you didn't know, when you have permanent vinyl, you want to give it like a day to really set or cure onto your project before either putting it in the dishwasher, of course, or using it. So just a reminder. But yeah, that looks so cute. Now they know which cup is whose. And yeah, you made a great gift even better. So this is always like an easy beginner project. Cups, putting your name on everything. I know that's what I did when I first got my Cricut. Everything has my name on it right now. But yeah, I mean, that's just how you learn, just practicing and doing it and watching more YouTube videos. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Subscribe, and I should have another video up next week.